It was a Friday evening when the argument began. The stress of wedding planning had been weighing heavily on both of us, and little things had started turning into big fights. Jessica, my fiancée, had always been fiery. She had a sharp wit and a confidence that drew people to her. But that night, her temper flared hotter than usual. We argued about schedules, about responsibilities, about who was doing more. My patience was thin, but I kept trying to calm the storm. Then she shouted the words that pierced straight through me. "I can replace you in 24 hours if I wanted to." The room fell silent. For a moment, I couldn't believe what I had just heard. My heart clenched, my chest tightened, and I stared at her as if she had become a stranger. She crossed her arms, her face still hardened with anger. But even she seemed startled by her own words. Still, pride kept her from taking them back immediately. I stood slowly, my chair scraping against the floor. My voice was calm, but every syllable carried the weight of my hurt. "If you can replace me in 24 hours, Jessica," I said quietly, "then I was never the man you truly wanted." Her eyes flickered. The bravado on her face faltered for just a second. "But I wasn't finished. I chose you because I believed you were irreplaceable. I believed we were building something no one else could take the place of. But if I'm just a placeholder in your life, then maybe I'm the one who should walk away." The words hung heavy in the air. The fight in her eyes dimmed. The confidence that had burned moments ago melted into confusion, regret, and fear. She opened her mouth, but no sound came out. For the first time in our relationship, Jessica looked uncertain, like she had just pushed too far and realized it too late. I grabbed my jacket and walked toward the door. My hands trembled, but my steps were steady. "Michael, wait!" she called out, her voice breaking. The anger was gone, replaced by desperation. I paused, my back still to her. My silence was louder than any reply. When I finally turned, I saw tears streaming down her face. "I didn't mean it. I was angry. Please don't leave." Her words were soft now, vulnerable. I could see she was unraveling, realizing that her attempt at winning an argument might cost her everything she truly valued. I sighed deeply, my heart torn. "Jessica, love isn't about how easily you can replace someone. Love is about never wanting to. You don't throw those words at someone you plan to marry." She stepped forward, her voice trembling. "You're right. I was cruel. I wanted to hurt you in the moment, but I never thought about what I was saying. You're not replaceable to me. You're the only one I want." I searched her eyes, looking for the truth. And in that moment, I saw regret, but also sincerity. She had learned something she wouldn't forget. I placed my hand on hers, though my voice was still firm. "If we're going to build a marriage, Jessica, then we have to build it on respect. Words like the ones you said tonight can't exist between us." She nodded quickly, tears falling harder. "I understand. I promise, Michael, I'll never let my anger make me forget how much you mean to me again." The room was quiet except for her sobs. I held her, not because everything was healed, but because love is sometimes choosing to stay and rebuild after the cracks appear. That night didn't break us, but it changed us. It forced Jessica to confront her own pride and forced me to draw a line of respect that could not be crossed again. Weeks later, when we stood at the altar, her vows carried a new weight. She didn't just promise love, she promised honor, humility, and care. And as I slipped the ring onto her finger, I knew the words she had once thrown at me would never be spoken again. Because in that silence after her cruel boast, she had learned that love is not about how quickly you can replace someone, it's about how deeply you fight to never lose them.